Molly and her new companions got to the tourist town next to an open sea, where almost half the beach close to land was plotted with umbrellas, designating the area for people to lounge. They paid for a spot and grabbed some lounge chairs and headed toward a corner nearby a harbor of giant boulders. "Come on, Molly," said Amy, who was wearing a skimpy red polka dot bikini. "Let's get in the water." "No, thank you, Amy. I'll just sitting by and watch you guys." "What is the fun in that?" Amy cried. "Amy," one of the girls called impatiently, "let's go before the sun goes down." "Coming," Amy replied and turned to Molly. "Join us if you change your mind later." Molly nodded with a smile, watching her new acquaintances heading towards the far end of the rocks and getting splashed by waves. At night, they set up tents at a nearby park and ate pizzas. Molly went for a stroll, then sat on a bench in the park. She didn't notice Zach was following her until he sat next to her. He light up a cigarette and asked, "How are you doing?" "I'm okay," Molly awkwardly replied, thinking this guy was sitting way too close to her. "It's nice to have you around. I was getting tired of the old crowd," said Zach. "What do you mean?" "Nothing. It's just nice to see a fresh face, that's all." "How long you guys have been traveling here?" "Not long." "So you guys just stop by and camp?" "Pretty much." Zach's face was getting closer to her, so close she could smell his cigarette breath. She backed away from him. "What's the matter? You don't like my breath?" "I don't smoke," Molly said, and quickly changed the subject. "Are we going to stay here?" "No," he let out a fog. "We're going further north in the morning. Another small town, but a lot bigger than this one." He threw away the cigarette and wrapped his arm around Molly. "You must be cold. You're shivering." "I'm all right." Zach pulled her close to him and kissed her in the mouth. Molly pushed him away. "What are you doing?" "What's the matter? You never been kissed before?" "That's not the point. I didn't give you the permission to kiss me." She was furious as she got away from him and headed back to the tents. But Zach did not stop. He grabbed her arm and pulled her close to him and kissed her again, only this time he stuck his tongue into her mouth. "Zach!" Amy shouted from a few feet away, holding a bag of groceries. "What are you doing?" Zach let go of Molly and replied, "Nothing. The girl is cold. I was just trying to warm her up." Amy sneered at him and Molly. "I was gone for only a minute, and this is what I've come back to?" "It's nothing. I didn't do anything," Zach pleaded. Amy reached into the bag and grabbed an apple and threw it at Zach. She ran to their van, climbed in, and shut the door. Zach chased after her and banged on the door and shouted to let him in. Molly thought to herself as she climbed into a sleeping bag they lent her. "Tomorrow I better find another form of transportation and get the hell out of here." The next day she woke up coughing. Sleeping outside in the cold was not something she was used to. Everyone was awake and got out of their tents. Zach and Amy were not around, probably still inside the van. But moments later, Amy came out. As if the incident never happened, she asked Molly, "How did you sleep?" "I'm okay," Molly replied. "How about you?" "Oh, I'm fine. Nice sunrise, isn't it?" She pointed to the horizon. I nodded and said, "Amy, I'm sorry for what happened. I can't wait for us to get to the next town so I can take a hot bath in the hotel," Amy smiled at Molly. "Are you hungry?" "A little." Amy pulled out some cash from her jean pocket and gave them to Molly. "There's a food truck parked on the other side of the park. Why don't you pick up some cornetti and some coffee for all of us?" "Cornetti?" "Croissant in Italian." "Oh, okay." Molly took the money and was glad to oblige her new acquaintance. As she was about to pick up her backpack, Amy said, "Oh, just leave it here. I will watch it for you." There were a lot of people waiting in front of the truck. Molly got the food. A half an hour later, carefully holding the bag of cornetti and a tray of coffee, she walked back slowly. Looking into the distance toward their spot, she almost dropped the stuff in her hands. The tents were gone and so was the van. She noticed her backpack still sitting there but unzipped. She quickly rummaged through its contents and her heart almost stopped. The cash, the passport, and the plane ticket were all gone.